Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps. As we
guys நம்ம வந்து first statue of Savana
Hi on, traveler, this way.
சரி வாங்க நம்ம
You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual.
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நம்ம statue of Savana வந்து போய் க்ளீன் பண்ண போறோமா அதுக்கு முன்னாடி lamp ஏதோ செக் பண்ணனும் சொல்லிருக்காங்க போற வழியில அதுக்கு முன்னாடி இது பண்றேன் guys அவசரம்
Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Let's move to the next ones.
View point in the forest or view point. Okay, அப்படியே போலாம் guys.
Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. No problems with this lamp. Good.
எவங்க லாம்ப்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருக்காங்க இததானா இந்த லாம்பை தான் நம்ம செக் பண்ணிட்டு போயிட்டு இருக்கோம் guys.
The statue of the Seven is up on top of that large rock formation. You must have seen it when you came down this road before. It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind if you don't click. Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then.
Paimon will fly up with you and help you with those. By the way, Kale, do you know anything about the Dendro Archon?
The Dendro Archon பத்தி உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது தெரியுமா?
That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Kusanali. Nanga peru.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro Archon?
அதுதான் the former Dendro Archon ஓட பேரா?
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared in a great calamity. According to what Master has told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru. To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her reside in the sanctuary of Sumeru. Well, and then...
You're not too...
Yeah, I'm from Sumeru.
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers.
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Because...
Wait, Amber? You mean...
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. You could even say that she helped me become a new person. There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment. If you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. You can't help but be enthralled by her charm and enthusiasm.
Amber, நான் Mondstadt உங்களுக்கு பிடிக்கும் போல.
Paimon thought the work...
Sorry. I was rambling on just now.
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber somehow makes Paimon suddenly feel so... How do you know?
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other letters. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating companion. I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, considering everything you've been...
so that's...
So please know that you two have... I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time, and I haven't read any books. Sorry.
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord...
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. There is one thing I want to ask, though. Why do you two want to know about the Dendro Archon?
உங்களுக்கு எதுக்கு Dendro Archon பத்தி தெரியணும்? சரியான கேள்வி. நச்சுன்னு ஒரு கேள்வி.
So that's why you're here.
ஆனா நம்ம ஆன்சர் பண்ணிட்டோம்.
Thank you for telling...
Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right?
You both have my thanks. Well, you two are up there cleaning. I'll go ahead and inspect the forest canopy. Let's meet back here shortly.
Okay, go inspect பண்ணு. ஏய் ஏறா. வானத்தை வாங்காதடா. மேலேயாவது group இருக்கு.
Huh. Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's carved on the statue is kinda... Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? You might be right. The statue... Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out. Let's get started on cleaning the statue.
க்ளீன் பண்ணிருக்கோம்.
Nice work. That's one clean
வந்து
statue.
கோழியை போய்
Let's
பார்க்கலாம்.
head down and meet up with Kale.
காலை. இன்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ண போறேன்னா ஃபாரஸ்ட்டை இங்க இருக்க.
Kale, we're back.
Welcome back! You must be tired after all that climbing. Let's take a little break. I brought some fruit and water for us.
Yay, food! What kind of goodies did you
நம்மளா
bring?
சாப்பாடு கொண்டு வந்திருக்காங்க guys.
Hey, don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything.
I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope you'll like them.
Pita pockets.
Whoops!
What
No,
does that
you
mean,
dropped it
bro?
on the ground.
Not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
கீழே போட்டுட்டான். இவளுக்கு எப்பயுமே இதாங்க வேலை. கீழே போடுற வேலை தான்.
Paimon nearly had a heart attack there.
ஓவர் எக்ஸ்பிரஷன் உடம்புக்கு ஆகாது guys.
Those pitas are amazing.
I'll glass
Thank
up
goodness
that
you
thing,
wrapped them in paper.
You really know how to compliment the chef, Paimon. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime.
ஓ ரெசிபியோட
Oh,
காப்பி
yay!
தராங்க.
Thanks, Kale.
தாங்க
It's
எப்பயும் போல
hard to
நம்ம
believe
போயிட்டு
someone as
சமைப்போம்.
diligent as you could have clumsy moments too.
Oh!
So, Kale, don't you think that Tainari's a little too strict with you? He won't let you touch
பின்னாடி
anything
பார்த்தாலே
without his
ஸ்ட்ரிக்டா
permission.
இருப்பான் போல.
Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but he's never said anything.
No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure. I've heard the veteran
வந்து
rangers say that
ரொம்ப
Master is
strictா
from some
இருந்தான ஒரு
ancient and
kind-hearted
mysterious
person.
race that is known... Oh, by the
Ignore
way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants. Sage, but Master declines their offers every time, saying... Seems you already know him well. Anyway, I'm sure the sages were not happy about his responses. Master could obviously have a bright future in the Academia, but he insists on sticking to the path of a forest watcher. In fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita pockets.
இந்த
Really?
டிஷ்ஷே அவர் தான் சொல்லி
I would've
கொடுத்தாராம்
never
guys.
guessed
பின்னாடி
that.
தான் சொல்லி கொடுத்தாராம். பீட்டா
Oh,
பாக்கெட்ஸ் வந்து
speaking
எப்படி
of
செய்யணும்னு.
Tainari, he was the one who took care of you at Paimon's still kinda upset,
எல்லாரையும் ரொம்ப
though.
கேர் பண்ணிக்கிறாரு.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little. But, it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, "Why, oh why? Is he going to die?"
Hey! Don't laugh! Hey! No even calling. Ugh, that's it!
No! Don't touch me!
Oh, sorry, Kale. Paimon didn't...
No, I just...
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm fine. I'm sorry. Oh, well, it's getting late
எப்பறா
now.
இவ்ளோ கதை எழுதுறீங்க?
Let's hurry back to Gandharville.
முழுக்க
I
முழுக்க
think
பாதி
Master and the others should be back
சும்மா
by now,
பேசிட்டே
too.
இருக்காங்க guys. கண்டென்ட் வர மாட்டேங்குது.
Huh? What was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a hurry all of a sudden? Look,
சரி வாங்க நம்ம அடுத்து போவோம். நம்ம வந்து கந்தாரா வில்லேஜுக்கு ரிட்டர்ன் ஆக போகிறோம். இந்த வழி கைஸ். ஏன்டா கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா மூவ் பண்றீங்க? அதுக்கு எதுக்குடா அந்த டீயை கொடுத்து வச்சிருக்கீங்க பறக்கிற மாதிரி?
Ah, traveler, you've returned.
ஆயிட்டேன்.
yep, we're back.
Oh, Kale? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Guess we'll just have to wait and talk to her tomorrow then.
ஓ நம்ம வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு நாளைக்கு தான் அவகிட்ட பேச முடியுமா லைக்கிட்டு. ஸோ நம்ம வந்துட்டு காலையில் வரலாம் கைஸ். நம்ம காலையில் 8 மணி வரைக்கும் வெயிட் பண்ணணுமா? சரி வாங்க டைம் எடுக்கணும். காலை 8 மணி. Okay.
Paimon was thinking all night about what happened with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be. Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
Ah, it's you two. I was just
Huh? Tainari? What are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition.
You mean she's sick? How could she be?
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness, Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too... I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now. It must have been refreshing for her to have you two here.
So, Tainari, what's really wrong with Kale?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere.
போய் பேசணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருக்காங்க போல. பாப்பா பேஸ் பண்ணா.
All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized you were that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma. So just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because... well, because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
So, Tainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for some time. Just how serious is it?
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar. Yes. It's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on affected areas of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier, it was because...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want... With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still no true cure for Elazar. Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a cure.
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you already are familiar with them.
Oh my god.
That'll save me some explanation. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me... I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that... However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even now, she can still feel deathly afraid of someone touching her.
Oh,
Oh,
Kale
Paimon had no
touch
idea Kale's been through so much
note
suffering.
பண்ணிக்கோங்க.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to know that she's sorry for hiding her illness.
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her fault at all.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional pain again.
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led her to break down this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets plenty of rest, she should get better. Though I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived. She was interested in the work of the her stamina has gotten much worse. All right, now that I've told you about Kale's...
Yeah.
All right, but I must...
No problem.
Let's go then.
Hey, Tainari.
எங்க போக போறோம்?
Where exactly are we
நம்ம
going
வந்து
to find
ropes
this
collect
plant?
பண்ண போறோமா?
Nilotpala
மூலிகையை
lotuses
வந்து
can be
collect
found
பண்ண
all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
மறந்தே போச்சுங்க.
Given the name,
You are correct. The Nilotpala lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Caucalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, and is completely contrary to its name.
oh, huh. Okay then. Note to Paimon. Never bring up the topic of flowers with Tainari.
ஃபால்ஸ் தாங்க எல்லா இடத்துலயும்.
There should be Nilotpala lotuses growing somewhere in this area.
Lotus
Let's split up and begin. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be. We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed amount.
4 lotus. இதுதானோ? இதுதாங்க லோட்டஸ். இன்னும் ஒன்று எங்கே இருக்கு? அந்த பக்கம் இருக்கு. நிறையவே இருக்கு guys.
All right, we've gathered enough Nilotpala lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari.
ஓகே லோட்டஸ் கலெக்ட் பண்ணியாச்சு guys நம்ம.
Hey, Tainari, we found the lotuses you requested.
Let me have a look. Good. Very good. These are all excellent quality.